Imagine standing at a crossroads, a single path stretching ahead, invisible save for the first few steps. To choose one way is to leave the others behind. Yet how often do we pause to realize that the direction we choose now could be the very thing that defines our future? As we look toward 2025, let us reflect on this truth: one decision, made with conviction and care, holds the power to transform not only the months ahead but the years that follow. What is a decision, after all, but the shaping of one's will into action? It is a commitment to align your mind, your heart, and your hands towards something greater. Yet many of us approach decisions timidly, as though fearing the weight of their consequences. But it is not the heaviness of the decision that burdens us, it is the hesitancy to make it. The world around us is in constant motion. Time does not wait, nor does it spare those who linger too long in the land of indecision. Consider the great transformations of history. They did not arise from the lukewarm actions of those content to let the tide carry them. No, they sprang from individuals who dared to stand firm and say, "Here, in this moment, I decide." Perhaps you wonder, what decision could I make today that would truly matter in 2025? The answer lies not in its grandeur, but in its intention. A decision rooted in your deepest values and clearest vision, however small it may seem, holds the power to alter the course of your life. It may be the resolve to improve your health, to deepen a relationship, or to pursue a dream long deferred. But do not mistake simplicity for insignificance. The greatest oak begins as a tiny acorn, its growth unseen beneath the soil for many months. In the same way, the decisions we make today often grow quietly, their fruits revealed only after we have watered them with patience and effort. You must also have the courage to decide when the path ahead is unclear. Faith, after all, is not the absence of doubt, but the presence of trust. Trust that the right choice, when made in alignment with your purpose, will lead you to where you are meant to be. The power of choices lies in their ability to shape the trajectory of our lives. Each decision, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, is a point of convergence where potential futures branch out before us. At its core, a choice is more than an action. It is a declaration of intent, a reflection of values, and a catalyst for change. When we begin to view decisions through this lens, their significance grows, and we understand that even a single decision can have far-reaching consequences. Consider the nature of decision-making. It is not a passive process, but an active engagement with the possibilities life presents. To choose is to prioritize one path over another, affirming what we value most in the moment. Whether we choose to act or to remain still, each decision creates a ripple in the fabric of our lives. The key is to recognize that we are always making choices, even in our silence or inaction, and that each choice carries weight. The transformational power of choices becomes evident when we reflect on how they accumulate over time. One decision by itself may seem small: a commitment to wake up earlier, to save a portion of income, or to spend more time with loved ones. Yet, repeated consistently, these choices build upon one another, creating momentum. It is this compounding effect that transforms lives. A single choice made today can set off a chain of events that leads to outcomes far beyond what we might initially envision. For instance, imagine someone who decides to invest time each day in learning a new skill. At first, the impact is negligible. A few minutes spent reading, practicing, or studying might seem trivial. However, over weeks and months, these small increments accumulate, and the individual's abilities grow. By the end of a year, they may have mastered the skill, opening doors to opportunities that were previously inaccessible. The power of their initial decision lies not in its immediacy, but in its capacity to grow over time, amplifying its impact. Choices are also powerful because they allow us to exercise agency in our lives. In a world filled with uncertainties and external influences, decisions are a means of asserting control over our circumstances. They enable us to align our actions with our goals and values, steering our lives in the direction we wish to go. This sense of agency is crucial for personal growth and fulfillment, as it reinforces the belief that we are not merely spectators of life, but active participants in shaping our destiny. The power of choices extends beyond the individual. Our decisions often have a ripple effect, influencing others in ways we might not immediately recognize. For example, the decision to pursue a healthier lifestyle might inspire friends or family members to do the same, creating a shared journey of growth and well-being. Similarly, a decision to mentor or support someone can have a transformative impact on their life, setting them on a path they might not have found otherwise. In this way, our choices are not isolated, they are interconnected, forming a web of influence that shapes the world around us. It is also important to recognize that the power of choices is magnified by the clarity of intention behind them. A decision made in alignment with one's values and purpose carries a strength that impulsive or haphazard choices lack. When we make decisions with a clear understanding of what matters most to us, we are more likely to follow through on them, even when faced with obstacles or challenges. This alignment provides motivation and resilience, enabling us to persevere when the path ahead is difficult. The impact of choices is further enhanced by the courage it takes to make them. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt often accompany moments of decision, especially when the stakes feel high. However, it is in these moments that the true power of choices is revealed. To choose, despite the unknown, is an act of bravery. It is a willingness to embrace the potential for growth and transformation, even when the outcome is uncertain. This courage not only strengthens the individual, but also reinforces the transformative nature of their decision. The power of choices lies in their ability to create change. Change, whether it is in habits, perspectives, or circumstances, begins with a decision. It is the starting point for every journey, the spark that ignites progress. By understanding the significance of each choice, we can approach decision-making with greater intentionality, recognizing the profound impact it can have on our lives and the lives of others. Time and transformation are deeply intertwined, and their relationship is best understood through the lens of patience, consistency, and compounded effort. At its heart, transformation is not an overnight occurrence, it is the product of deliberate, repeated actions taken over time. The decisions we make today, even the small and seemingly inconsequential ones, have a cumulative power that reveals itself gradually. This interplay between time and transformation underscores why the long-term impact of our choices depends not only on the decision itself, but on the sustained effort that follows. Time acts as both a canvas and a sculptor, shaping the outcomes of our actions in ways that are often imperceptible in the short term. Much like seeds sown in a field, the results of our decisions often remain hidden beneath the surface for a while. We may feel as though nothing is happening, but beneath the soil of time, growth is taking place. This hidden transformation can only occur if we trust the process and continue nurturing the decision we made. But the unseen nature of this growth often leads to frustration or impatience, especially in a world conditioned to expect instant results. However, recognizing that transformation takes time allows us to persist with greater faith in the eventual outcome. One of the defining characteristics of time's role in transformation is its capacity to amplify small, consistent actions. This concept, often referred to as the compound effect, highlights how minor efforts, when performed regularly, can lead to profound change over time. Consider someone who decides to dedicate 15 minutes each day to a new skill, such as learning a language or practicing a musical instrument. In isolation, 15 minutes might seem inconsequential. Yet, over a year, those minutes amount to more than 90 hours of focused effort, a substantial foundation for improvement. The transformation that results is not due to the size of the daily commitment, but to the consistent application of that effort across time. The relationship between time and transformation also emphasizes the importance of habits. Habits are the mechanisms through which consistent effort is sustained. Once a decision is made, embedding it into daily routines ensures that it becomes part of the fabric of our lives. Habits allow us to reduce the mental energy required to maintain commitment, enabling us to focus on the growth process. Over time, these habits take on a life of their own, guiding us toward the transformation we seek without constant conscious effort. Another crucial aspect of time's influence on transformation is the way it allows us to adapt and refine our approach. Rarely does the journey from decision to transformation follow a perfectly straight path. Obstacles, setbacks, and unexpected challenges often arise, testing our resolve and adaptability. Time provides the space for learning and adjustment, ensuring that the decision we make today can evolve to suit the circumstances we encounter. This iterative process not only enhances the quality of the transformation, but also strengthens our ability to navigate future challenges. Patience is a vital companion in the interplay between time and transformation. The natural pace of change often clashes with our desire for quick results, leading to frustration or premature abandonment of our goals. Yet, it is through patience that we learn to appreciate the incremental progress that time affords us. Each small step forward is a building block, and even the smallest progress contributes to the larger transformation. Patience also fosters resilience, allowing us to remain steadfast in the face of delays or difficulties, confident in the knowledge that meaningful change takes time. Time does not merely act as a passive backdrop to transformation, it actively shapes the outcomes of our efforts by providing perspective. As time passes, we gain the ability to look back and see the cumulative effect of our choices. This perspective is invaluable, as it allows us to appreciate how far we have come and motivates us to continue moving forward. Reflection, made possible by the passage of time, also deepens our understanding of the decisions that led to our transformation, empowering us to make more informed choices in the future. The role of time in transformation also extends to the realm of relationships and connections. Decisions that involve building trust, nurturing friendships, or fostering collaboration require sustained effort over time to yield meaningful results. These kinds of transformations cannot be rushed. They grow organically through shared experiences and consistent acts of care and attention. In this way, time serves as a bridge, enabling deeper bonds to form and strengthening the foundation of our personal and professional relationships. The partnership between time and transformation teaches us the value of persistence and long-term thinking. By committing to consistent action and embracing the natural pace of growth, we can unlock the transformative power of our decisions. Time is not our enemy, but our ally, providing the space and opportunity for change to unfold in ways that are both profound and lasting. The passage of time reveals the true impact of our choices, offering a testament to the enduring power of commitment and effort. Vision and values serve as the foundation for making meaningful and transformative decisions. They act as guiding principles, ensuring that our choices align with what truly matters to us and what we aspire to achieve. A well-defined vision provides clarity, while deeply held values anchor us, giving purpose and consistency to our actions. Together, they create a framework that helps us navigate complex decisions, prioritize our efforts, and stay committed to the path we've chosen, even when faced with uncertainty or challenges. A clear vision is the compass that points toward our desired future. It is an articulation of our goals, aspirations, and the kind of life we wish to lead. Without a vision, we risk drifting aimlessly, making decisions that may seem beneficial in the short term, but fail to contribute to our long-term objectives. Vision empowers us to look beyond the immediate and focus on the bigger picture. It transforms decisions into deliberate steps that bring us closer to realizing our dreams. When we take time to craft a compelling vision, every choice becomes an opportunity to move toward a future that resonates deeply with our true selves. Values, on the other hand, are the moral and ethical standards that define who we are and what we stand for. They serve as a filter through which we evaluate our decisions, ensuring that our actions align with our principles. When a decision is made in alignment with our values, it feels authentic and reinforces our sense of integrity. Conversely, choices that conflict with our values often lead to inner turmoil and regret, regardless of their external outcomes. By grounding our decisions in our core values, we create a sense of internal harmony and build a life that reflects our deepest beliefs. The synergy between vision and values is what gives decisions their transformative power. Vision without values can lead to blind ambition, where the pursuit of goals comes at the expense of authenticity or ethical considerations. Values without vision, on the other hand, can result in a life of well-intentioned actions that lack focus or direction. When vision and values work together, they create a balanced approach to decision-making, where every choice is both purpose-driven and rooted in integrity. One of the most significant benefits of aligning decisions with vision and values is the clarity it brings. In a world filled with endless options and competing priorities, decision-making can often feel overwhelming. However, when we are clear about what we want to achieve and what we stand for, the right choices become more apparent. For instance, a person with a vision of becoming a leader in their field and a value of integrity might turn down a lucrative opportunity that compromises their principles, trusting that staying true to their values will lead to greater fulfillment and success in the long run. This alignment also fosters resilience. Pursuing a vision often involves overcoming obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. When decisions are grounded in values, they carry a sense of conviction that helps us persevere through difficulties. Similarly, a strong vision acts as a reminder of why we started and what we hope to achieve, reigniting our motivation when challenges arise. Together, vision and values provide the emotional and psychological strength needed to stay the course, even when the journey is uncertain or demanding. Aligning decisions with vision and values enhances our ability to prioritize. In a world of limited time and resources, not every opportunity can or should be pursued. Vision helps us identify which opportunities align with our goals, while values ensure that our pursuits are ethical and meaningful. This alignment allows us to focus our energy on what truly matters, avoiding distractions that do not serve our purpose. For example, someone with a vision of fostering strong family relationships and a value of quality time might prioritize spending evenings with loved ones over taking on additional work commitments, even if the latter offers short-term benefits. Another profound aspect of grounding decisions in vision and values is the sense of fulfillment it brings. Achievements that align with our vision and values are inherently more satisfying because they resonate with who we are at our core. They create a sense of pride and contentment that goes beyond external success. Conversely, when decisions are made without regard to vision and values, even significant accomplishments can feel hollow or unfulfilling. This underscores the importance of ensuring that our choices reflect not just what we want to achieve, but also the kind of person we want to be. Aligning decisions with vision and values also has a positive ripple effect on those around us. When we make choices that are consistent with our principles and aspirations, we inspire others to do the same. This alignment fosters trust, as people recognize that our actions are guided by authenticity and integrity. In leadership, for instance, a clear vision paired with strong values can rally teams, build morale, and create a culture of purpose and accountability. Similarly, in personal relationships, decisions grounded in vision and values strengthen bonds and foster mutual respect. Vision and values provide a sense of direction and purpose that elevates decision-making from a reactive process to a deliberate and transformative act. They ensure that our choices are not merely responses to external circumstances, but intentional steps toward a life that is both meaningful and aligned with our deepest beliefs. By consistently grounding our decisions in vision and values, we create a foundation for growth, resilience, and fulfillment that carries us toward the future we desire. The courage to decide is a pivotal element in the process of transformation. Making decisions, especially those that can significantly alter our lives, often requires us to confront uncertainty, fear, and the discomfort of stepping outside our comfort zones. This act of courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. The decisions that shape our futures are rarely easy. They demand conviction, resolve, and the bravery to embrace the unknown. It is this courage that empowers us to take control of our lives and chart a course toward growth and fulfillment. One of the greatest challenges in decision-making is the fear of failure. Many people hesitate to make choices because they are afraid of making the wrong one. This fear is rooted in the uncertainty of outcomes and the possibility of negative consequences. However, it is essential to understand that no decision is without risk. Even the choice to do nothing carries its own set of consequences. Courage in decision-making means accepting that failure is a potential outcome, but recognizing that it is also an opportunity for growth. Every decision, regardless of its result, teaches us something valuable about ourselves and the world around us. Another common barrier to decisive action is the fear of change. Change, by its nature, disrupts the familiar and forces us to adapt to new circumstances. This can be unsettling, as the human mind often seeks comfort in routine and predictability. However, growth and transformation are impossible without change. Courage is what allows us to move forward, even when the path ahead is unfamiliar. It enables us to see change not as a threat, but as an opportunity to explore new possibilities and expand our horizons. Courage to decide also involves taking responsibility for the outcomes of our choices. This responsibility can feel daunting because it places the onus of success or failure squarely on our shoulders. Yet, it is through accepting this responsibility that we gain the power to shape our lives. When we acknowledge that our decisions directly influence our future, we become more intentional in our actions. Courage helps us embrace this accountability, empowering us to take ownership of our choices and their consequences. Decisiveness often requires us to overcome the paralysis of overthinking. The desire to make the perfect decision can lead to endless deliberation and analysis, preventing us from taking any action at all. This phenomenon, sometimes referred to as analysis paralysis, stems from the fear of making a mistake. Courage in this context means trusting ourselves enough to make a choice, even when we do not have all the answers. It is about recognizing that no decision is perfect, and that progress often comes from taking imperfect action rather than waiting for certainty. Another aspect of courage in decision-making is the willingness to face criticism and judgment. Significant decisions often involve going against the expectations of others, whether it is pursuing an unconventional career path, ending a toxic relationship, or challenging societal norms. These choices can attract skepticism, disapproval, or even outright opposition. Courage allows us to stand firm in our convictions and prioritize what is best for us over the opinions of others. It reminds us that our lives are our own to shape and that seeking external validation should not come at the expense of our authenticity or well-being. Courage also plays a vital role in making decisions that involve letting go. Sometimes the most transformative choices are those that require us to release what no longer serves us, whether it is a habit, a belief, or even a relationship. Letting go can be incredibly difficult because it often involves confronting loss and uncertainty. However, it is also an essential part of growth. Courage gives us the strength to face these challenges, trusting that by creating space in our lives, we are making room for something better. To enabling us to make bold decisions, courage fosters resilience in the face of setbacks. Not every decision will lead to the desired outcome, and failure is an inevitable part of the journey. Courage helps us view these setbacks as opportunities to learn and adapt rather than as reasons to give up. It reminds us that every step, even the missteps, brings us closer to our goals. This resilience is what allows us to keep moving forward, even when the path is difficult. The act of deciding also involves confronting uncertainty. No matter how well we plan or prepare, the future is inherently unpredictable. This uncertainty can be intimidating as it forces us to operate without guarantees. Courage is what allows us to embrace this ambiguity and move forward with faith in our ability to navigate whatever comes our way. It helps us focus on what we can control, our actions and attitudes, rather than being paralyzed by what we cannot. Courage in decision-making is not a one-time event but a continuous process. Life constantly presents us with choices, and each one requires its own measure of bravery. Whether it is taking the first step toward a long-term goal, admitting when a choice has not worked out, or staying the course when faced with doubt, courage is what keeps us moving forward. It is the thread that connects our decisions, weaving them into a narrative of growth, resilience, and transformation. The courage to decide is a powerful force that enables us to overcome fear, take responsibility, and embrace change. It transforms hesitation into action and uncertainty into opportunity. By cultivating this courage, we not only make better decisions, but also become stronger, more confident individuals capable of creating the life we envision. The decisions we make today create a ripple effect that extends far beyond the present moment. Much like a stone dropped into a pond, each choice sends out waves that touch not only our lives but also the lives of those around us. This interconnected nature of decisions means that their impact is rarely confined to immediate outcomes. Instead, our choices contribute to shaping our environment, relationships, and the broader world in ways that may not always be immediately visible, but are undeniably profound over time. At the core of this ripple effect is the principle of influence. Every decision we make carries with it a message about our values, priorities, and intentions. These messages resonate with others, consciously or subconsciously, shaping how they perceive us and how they, in turn, behave. For instance, a leader who decides to act with integrity and transparency sets a standard that encourages others to do the same. This decision fosters a culture of trust and accountability that extends far beyond the individual, creating a ripple that affects an entire organization. Similarly, our personal decisions often have a cascading influence on those closest to us. Consider the example of someone who decides to pursue a healthier lifestyle by exercising regularly and eating nutritious food. While this choice directly benefits their physical and mental well-being, it also inspires their family and friends to adopt similar habits. The initial decision to prioritize health creates a ripple effect, improving the lives of others and contributing to a culture of wellness within their community. The ripple effect of decisions is also evident in the realm of relationships. The way we choose to communicate, resolve conflicts, and show empathy can significantly impact the dynamics of our connections with others. A decision to approach a disagreement with understanding and compassion, for example, can diffuse tension and strengthen a relationship. Over time, this choice can lead to deeper bonds and a more supportive network of relationships, enriching both our lives and those of the people we care about. Another powerful example of the ripple effect is seen in the decisions we make regarding time and priorities. When we choose to invest time in activities or people that matter most to us, the benefits extend far beyond the immediate moment. A parent who decides to spend quality time with their child, for instance, fosters a sense of security and self-worth that influences the child's development and future relationships. This single decision creates ripples that shape the child's emotional foundation and, in turn, their interactions with others as they grow. The long-term consequences of decisions are particularly striking in the context of career and education. A decision to acquire a new skill, pursue higher education, or take on a challenging project may seem like a personal investment at first. However, the knowledge, expertise, and confidence gained from such decisions often lead to opportunities that benefit not only the individual, but also their colleagues, clients, and the wider community. For instance, an entrepreneur who decides to start a business creates jobs, contributes to the economy, and potentially introduces products or services that improve people's lives. Decisions also have a collective ripple effect when viewed through the lens of societal and environmental impact. Choices about consumption, resource use, and activism play a crucial role in shaping the world we live in. A decision to reduce waste, support sustainable practices, or advocate for social justice may seem small in isolation, but when multiplied across a community, it creates a powerful wave of change. These collective ripples often lead to shifts in cultural norms, policies, and global movements, underscoring the interconnectedness of individual actions and broader societal progress. The ripple effect of decisions is not always immediately apparent, which can make it easy to underestimate their significance. However, this delay in visible impact does not diminish their power. Many of the most profound ripples take time to manifest, as they are influenced by the cumulative effect of multiple choices over months or years. This delayed effect reinforces the importance of consistency and intentionality in decision-making. Even small, positive choices made repeatedly can create ripples that lead to significant and lasting change. Equally important is recognizing that the ripple effect is not limited to positive outcomes. Poorly considered decisions can create negative ripples that affect others in unintended ways. A choice to act impulsively, dishonestly, or irresponsibly can harm relationships, damage reputations, or perpetuate harm within a community. Understanding this potential for unintended consequences encourages us to approach decision-making with greater care and foresight, ensuring that our choices align with our values and the kind of impact we wish to create. The ripple effect also highlights the importance of self-awareness in decision-making. By understanding the interconnected nature of our actions, we become more mindful of how our choices affect others. This awareness fosters empathy and a sense of responsibility, motivating us to make decisions that contribute positively to those around us. It also reminds us that even small actions, offering a kind word, lending a helping hand, or standing up for what is right, can create ripples that inspire and uplift others in ways we may never fully see. The ripple effect of decisions teaches us that our actions are never isolated, Every choice we make contributes to a larger web of influence, shaping not only our lives but also the lives of countless others. By recognizing this interconnectedness, we can approach decision-making with a deeper sense of purpose and accountability, knowing that our choices have the power to create ripples that extend far beyond ourselves. Reflection is the process through which we gain clarity and insight into our decisions, actions, and experiences. It is a deliberate act of looking inward, examining what has transpired, and drawing lessons that can guide our future. The value of reflection lies in its ability to transform experience into wisdom, helping us understand what worked, what didn't, and why. It is not merely about replaying events in our minds, but about engaging with them thoughtfully to extract meaning, identify patterns, and recognize opportunities for growth. Reflection bridges the gap between where we are and where we want to be, making it an essential practice for intentional and impactful decision-making. Through reflection, we create the space to evaluate the alignment between our actions and our values. In the busyness of life, it is easy to make decisions based on convenience, external pressures, or immediate needs, rather than on what truly matters to us. Reflection provides the pause necessary to assess whether our choices are consistent with our principles and long-term goals. For instance, someone who values family might reflect on how their time is being allocated and recognize a need to prioritize quality moments with loved ones. This clarity enables them to make adjustments that better align with their core values, reinforcing authenticity and purpose in their life. Reflection also helps us recognize the outcomes of our decisions, both positive and negative. Successes offer a chance to understand what went right, allowing us to replicate effective strategies in the future. Failures, on the other hand, provide invaluable lessons that can prevent us from repeating mistakes. For example, a business owner who reflects on a failed product launch might identify issues with market research or timing. This understanding equips them with the knowledge needed to make more informed and effective decisions going forward. Without reflection, these lessons risk being overlooked, leading to repeated errors and missed opportunities for improvement. The process of reflection enhances self-awareness, an essential trait for personal and professional growth. By taking the time to analyze our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, we deepen our understanding of ourselves, our strengths, weaknesses, motivations, and triggers. This self-awareness allows us to approach decision-making with greater confidence and intentionality. For instance, someone who reflects on their tendency to procrastinate may realize that fear of failure is at the root of their behavior. With this insight, they can address the fear directly, adopting strategies to overcome it and make more proactive decisions in the future. Reflection also fosters resilience by helping us reframe setbacks and challenges. When faced with disappointment or adversity, it is natural to feel disheartened. However, reflection allows us to look beyond the immediate discomfort and uncover the growth opportunities hidden within difficult experiences. For instance, a student who reflects on a poor exam performance might recognize gaps in their study habits or time management. Rather than viewing the failure as a fixed outcome, they see it as a chance to improve and build stronger habits, transforming the setback into a stepping stone for future success. To individual benefits, reflection strengthens our relationships and interactions with others. By reflecting on how our actions and words affect those around us, we develop greater empathy and emotional intelligence. This awareness helps us navigate conflicts, communicate more effectively, and build deeper connections. For example, reflecting on a heated argument with a colleague might reveal moments where we acted out of frustration rather than understanding. Armed with this insight, we can approach future interactions with greater patience and thoughtfulness, fostering healthier and more productive relationships. Reflection is not limited to analyzing past events, it is also a forward-looking practice. By envisioning potential outcomes and considering the broader implications of our choices, we can make more deliberate and impactful decisions. This proactive form of reflection encourages us to weigh options carefully, anticipate challenges, and plan for success. For example, a professional considering a career change might reflect on how the new role aligns with their long-term aspirations, weighing factors such as growth opportunities, work-life balance, and personal fulfillment. This thoughtful approach ensures that their decision is informed and aligned with their overall vision. The act of reflection also nurtures creativity and innovation. By revisiting past experiences and decisions, we can identify opportunities to approach situations differently or explore new possibilities. This creative process is particularly valuable in problem solving, where reflection can uncover alternative solutions or perspectives that were not immediately apparent. For instance, an artist reflecting on their creative process might recognize patterns in their most successful works, leading them to experiment with new techniques or themes that build on these strengths. Consistency is key to making reflection a transformative practice. Regular reflection, whether through journaling, meditation, or thoughtful conversations, builds a habit of mindfulness and intentionality. It ensures that we remain aware of our growth and progress rather than allowing days, weeks, or months to pass without meaningful evaluation. Over time, this habit becomes a powerful tool for personal development, enabling us to make better decisions and stay aligned with our values and goals. Reflection also empowers us to celebrate progress, no matter how small. In the pursuit of long-term goals, it is easy to overlook incremental achievements and focus solely on what remains to be done. Reflection helps us acknowledge and appreciate these milestones, boosting morale and motivation. For instance, a writer reflecting on the completion of a challenging chapter might feel renewed enthusiasm for continuing their project, recognizing the progress they have already made. Reflection transforms decision-making into a deliberate and empowering process. It allows us to learn from the past, understand the present, and prepare for the future, ensuring that our choices are guided by clarity, self-awareness, and purpose. In doing so, it enhances not only our ability to make impactful decisions, but also our capacity to lead a life of intentional growth and fulfillment. Decisions, by their very nature, shape the path of our lives, and with them comes the inevitable experience of uncertainty. The future is always unknown, and the outcomes of our choices are never entirely within our control. However, embracing uncertainty is not about passively resigning to the unpredictability of life. It is about learning to navigate it with confidence, resilience, and a mindset open to growth. Uncertainty is not the enemy of decision-making, it is an inherent part of it. By understanding how to live with and work through uncertainty, we develop the strength to make choices that lead to meaningful growth and transformation. At the heart of embracing uncertainty is the recognition that it is both inevitable and necessary for growth. If every decision came with guaranteed outcomes, there would be little room for challenge, learning, or evolution. Uncertainty pushes us to think creatively, act courageously, and adapt to new circumstances. It drives innovation and exploration, forcing us to consider possibilities we might otherwise overlook. When we view uncertainty as an opportunity rather than a barrier, we unlock the potential to discover new paths and expand our horizons. One of the primary reasons uncertainty feels daunting is the discomfort it creates. The human brain craves predictability and control, and situations that lack clear outcomes often trigger anxiety and fear. These emotions, while natural, can become paralyzing if left unchecked. Embracing uncertainty requires developing strategies to manage these feelings, such as practicing mindfulness, focusing on what can be controlled, and reframing challenges as opportunities for growth. For example, someone considering a major career change might feel overwhelmed by the unknowns, but by focusing on their skills, goals, and adaptability, they can approach the transition with greater confidence and clarity. Uncertainty also challenges us to build trust in ourselves and our abilities. When the path ahead is unclear, we must rely on our values, intuition, and resilience to guide us. This trust is not about having all the answers, but about believing in our capacity to handle whatever arises. It requires cultivating self-awareness and confidence, which come from reflecting on past experiences and recognizing how we have overcome challenges before. For instance, a student facing the uncertainty of choosing a field of study might reflect on their passions, strengths, and long-term aspirations, trusting these insights to inform their decision. Another key aspect of embracing uncertainty is the willingness to take calculated risks. All significant decisions involve some degree of risk, whether it is pursuing a new opportunity, ending a relationship, or venturing into unknown territory. While these risks cannot be entirely eliminated, they can be managed by gathering information, weighing options, and considering potential outcomes. The goal is not to eliminate uncertainty, but to approach it with preparation and intentionality. For example, an entrepreneur launching a new business may not be able to predict market trends, but by conducting thorough research and creating a solid plan, they reduce the uncertainty and increase their chances of success. Uncertainty also teaches us the value of flexibility and adaptability. No matter how carefully we plan, unexpected events and challenges are inevitable. The ability to pivot and adjust our approach in response to changing circumstances is essential for navigating uncertainty effectively. This adaptability is not a sign of failure, but a testament to our resilience and resourcefulness. For instance, a traveler whose original itinerary is disrupted by unforeseen events might discover new destinations and experiences that enrich their journey in unexpected ways. Embracing uncertainty often requires shifting our mindset from fear of the unknown to curiosity about what lies ahead. When we view uncertainty as an adventure rather than a threat, we open ourselves to new possibilities and experiences. This shift in perspective allows us to approach decisions with a sense of exploration and excitement, even when the outcomes are unclear. For example, someone moving to a new city for a job might initially feel apprehensive about leaving their comfort zone, but by embracing the adventure, they may find opportunities for growth, connection, and fulfillment that exceed their expectations. Another important dimension of embracing uncertainty is learning to focus on the process rather than the outcome. While it is natural to hope for specific results, placing too much emphasis on outcomes can create unnecessary pressure and disappointment. Instead, by focusing on the effort, intention, and learning involved in the decision-making process, we can find satisfaction and growth regardless of the final result. This mindset encourages us to see every choice as a step forward, even if it leads to unexpected or imperfect outcomes. Uncertainty also fosters resilience by teaching us to cope with ambiguity and setbacks. When we learn to navigate the unknown, we become better equipped to handle challenges and recover from disappointments. This resilience is not about avoiding difficulty, but about facing it with determination and grace. For instance, an artist submitting their work to an uncertain and competitive market may face rejection, but by embracing the uncertainty and continuing to create, they build the strength to persist and ultimately succeed. The power of a single decision lies not in its immediacy, but in its ability to shape the trajectory of our lives. Every choice we make sets into motion a chain of events that, over time, accumulates into meaningful change. This is the essence of intentional decision-making, recognizing that even small, seemingly insignificant choices can have profound long-term consequences when they are made with a clear vision of our goals, values, and purpose. Intentionality in decisions ensures that we are not merely reacting to circumstances but actively directing the course of our lives toward a future that aligns with our aspirations. Intentional decision-making begins with clarity of purpose. Without a clear understanding of what we want to achieve or the kind of life we wish to build, our choices risk being arbitrary or misaligned. This clarity requires reflection on our values, priorities, and long-term goals. For instance, someone who values creativity and independence might intentionally choose a career path that allows for self-expression and autonomy, even if it involves initial challenges. By grounding their decisions in a clear sense of purpose, they create a foundation for a fulfilling and authentic life. Another key aspect of intentional decision-making is mindfulness. This involves being fully present and aware of the factors influencing our choices, rather than allowing habits, distractions, or external pressures to dictate our actions. Mindful decision-making requires us to pause, evaluate our options, and consider the potential consequences of each choice. For example, a person deciding how to spend their weekend might reflect on whether their choice supports their need for rest, connection, or personal growth. By approaching decisions with mindfulness, they ensure that their actions are purposeful rather than impulsive. Intentional decisions often require weighing short-term benefits against long-term rewards. It can be tempting to prioritize immediate gratification, especially when faced with challenges or uncertainty. However, intentionality involves keeping our eyes on the bigger picture and making sacrifices when necessary to achieve lasting outcomes. For instance, a student who chooses to dedicate time to studying instead of socializing is intentionally investing in their future success. This ability to delay gratification is a hallmark of intentional decision-making, as it reflects a commitment to enduring goals over fleeting pleasures. A critical element of intentionality is alignment with our values. Our values serve as a compass, guiding us toward choices that resonate with our core beliefs and principles. When decisions are aligned with our values, they not only lead to external success but also foster internal harmony and satisfaction. Conversely, choices that conflict with our values can create discomfort and regret, even if they appear advantageous in the short term. For example, someone who values honesty might intentionally choose to decline a lucrative opportunity that requires compromising their integrity. This alignment ensures that their decisions contribute to a life of authenticity and purpose. Intentional decision-making also involves a proactive approach to life. Rather than waiting for circumstances to dictate our options, intentionality encourages us to seek out opportunities, set goals, and take initiative. This proactive mindset transforms us from passive participants into active creators of our own narratives. For instance, an aspiring entrepreneur might intentionally seek mentors, network with industry professionals, and acquire new skills to prepare for launching their business. Each deliberate action moves them closer to their vision, demonstrating the power of intentionality in shaping outcomes. An important dimension of intentional decision-making is the practice of setting boundaries. By clearly defining what we will and will not accept, we create space for choices that support our well-being and goals. This might involve saying no to commitments that drain our energy, avoiding environments that conflict with our values, or prioritizing time for self-care. For example, someone who values work-life balance might intentionally limit their work hours to ensure time for family and personal interests. These boundaries reflect a commitment to living intentionally and staying true to what matters most. Intentional decisions are also characterized by adaptability. While having a clear vision is important, life is dynamic and circumstances often change in unexpected ways. Intentionality does not mean rigidly adhering to a plan, but rather adjusting our approach while remaining true to our goals and values. For instance, a professional who experiences a career setback might intentionally use the opportunity to explore new directions, aligning their next steps with their evolving aspirations. This flexibility ensures that intentionality remains relevant and effective even in the face of change. Another hallmark of intentional decision-making is the willingness to embrace discomfort. Growth and progress often require us to step outside our comfort zones, face challenges, and take risks. Intentionality helps us navigate these moments with courage and resolve, as we understand that temporary discomfort is often a necessary part of achieving meaningful outcomes. For instance, someone pursuing personal development might intentionally confront fears, engage in difficult conversations, or adopt new habits, knowing that these actions are essential for their growth. Intentional decision-making is a practice that requires consistency and reflection. It is not a one-time effort, but an ongoing commitment to living with purpose and clarity. By regularly revisiting our goals, evaluating our progress, and refining our approach, we ensure that our decisions remain aligned with our evolving aspirations. This practice of intentionality builds momentum over time, creating a cumulative effect that transforms our lives in profound and lasting ways. Through intentional decision-making, we take ownership of our choices and their outcomes. We recognize that every decision, no matter how small, contributes to the larger narrative of our lives. By approaching each choice with clarity, mindfulness, and purpose, we unlock the power to shape a future that reflects our deepest values and highest aspirations.